I don't know, what's it like? Anyway, welcome to Poppy Riders, another edition of Poppy Riders. And today we're going to be talking about preparing your bike for the summer season if you've had it in storage all over the winter. So yeah, the weather's getting better and it's time to get our bikes out and ride. But wait. It is important to ensure that if you've stored your motorcycle over the winter months that it's ready to be used for a safe and enjoyable summer, of course. One of the best ways to ensure this is to continue to use it over the winter months. But not all bikers are year-round bikers. Heck, some won't even go out in the rain. But before we go on to that, please do subscribe, share, like and comment to my videos if you like them. So first of all, let's talk about your brakes. Obviously, before you're going to get your bike going, you need to make sure it's going to stop and stop efficiently. So start by checking the brake pads. If they show signs of excessive wear, replace them. Take a look at the brake lines. Keep an eye out for any cracks or leaks. Normally you'll see drops on the floor or running down the forks or something like that if they are leaking. Brake fluids can also attract the damp, and this can lead to bubbles in the braking system. It is also worth considering re-bleeding or replacing your brake fluid if the bike, of course, has been sat for an awful long time. Finally, brake rotors. They should be cleaned with brake cleaner. Don't forget the section of rotors that are hidden under the pads. In other words, turn the wheel while you're doing it. Then perform a test on both the front and rear brakes to make sure they're working properly or poppily. If you hear any squealing, scraping or growling noises, best have a mechanic to check it out before you take your bike on the road. Warning! The brakes may not be as efficient as they were before storage. Therefore, you must exercise caution when first riding the bike after a long period of storage. So how about your tyres? Obviously inspect your tyres for damage such as cracks or perishing. It's surprising how many motorbikes you see in car parks and cafes and stuff, and when you look at them, they've got perished tyres. You can also check the age of your tyres by looking for the date code, which is on an oval stamp in your tyre's sidewall. The number represents the week and year of manufacture, and it's fair to say most tyre manufacturers advise replacing the tyre if it's over 5 years old. Also check your tread. Make sure both tyres are in good shape and that they don't need replacing. After sitting all winter, your tyres may also have lost air pressure. So use an air pressure gauge, check the air pressure to ensure that both tyres are at the correct level. You need to consult your owner's manual for the manufacturer's recommended settings, of course. Assuming the bike was not stored with the tyres touching the ground, the tyres will only need a visual inspection and the pressures resetting. However, if the bike was resting on its centre stand or side stand, the tyres might be slightly indented where they've been in contact with the ground for a long period of time. This problem will be particularly pronounced if the tyres were also slightly deflated during storage. So to remove that indentation, if the tyres are in good condition otherwise, the indentation is often known as a flat spot. The tyre should be slightly overinflated, only about 20% for example. So if the regular pressure is 32 pounds, maybe increase it to 38 pounds, just for a period of 24 hours before riding the bike, and this should remove the flat spot. Then obviously readjust the pressure before you take the bike out back to its normal operating pressure. If you were considering fitting new tyres, don't wait till the middle of the summer to do it. Why not do it now? Warning! Worn tread, squared tyres or underinflated tyres can make your bike harder to handle. So don't overlook this important safety check. How about the bike battery? Yes, batteries can go flat, particularly if they're unused or left to get cold. Ensure the terminals are clean and not corroded, which can happen, and the cables are securely and tightly connected. If your bike's battery wasn't on a trickle charge over the winter, test your battery. Sitting in storage can quickly drain your battery, and it's likely that it'll need to be charged, especially if you've got things like security devices on the bike, alarms and things, which will continue to draw power. To avoid battery problems, I suggest removing the battery completely to store it in a warm and dry place. And you could also use a trickle charger to keep the battery topped up. Bear in mind though that if you do decide to remove the battery and keep it in a warm place, that your bike's immobiliser or alarm won't continue to work while the battery is not fitted to the motorcycle. How about your oils and fluids? Yep, check your engine oil, transmission fluid, antifreeze and fork oil to make sure that there are proper levels, as well as being checked for any changes in consistency or colour. If you didn't change your oil before putting your motorcycle into winter storage, now's a damn good time to do it. Also, you can check the floor around your bike and make sure that there aren't any leaks. If you do find leaks, try to track down the source before starting the motorcycle. Also consider your petrol. Modern petrol has a shelf life of about 3 months, so it can go off in the winter, and it can then cause clogging of your injectors and your carburetor jets. If you suspect your fuel has gone off over the winter, I would strongly suggest draining it and making your first ride of the season to the fuel station and get a new tank of fuel. Of course, you can avoid fuel problems by adding fuel stabiliser prior to storing your motorcycle over the winter months. You can buy this from mower dealers, boat handlers, and of course places like Halfords and the internet. And you simply add it to the fuel system to prevent it going off. Make sure you add this fuel to your fuel before the last run of the winter, so it's well mixed in your fuel and gets into your injectors and carburetors. Also, it's worth keeping your tank topped up over the winter to prevent corrosion forming inside the tank, which it will. Don't forget to check any filters you have. Engine oil filters, fuel filters, and any others, air filters on your bike. These should really be replaced for a new riding season. How about your spark plugs? Well, you can prevent problems down the road by checking your motorcycle spark plugs. If they are dirty or show signs of damage, replace them before you end up stranded by the side of the road. Drive belts and chains. Take a moment to inspect your drive chain or drive belt for cracks and signs of wear that could cause it to fail. Also, very importantly, check the tension to ensure that it is at the manufacturer's specifications. If your bike is chain driven, make sure the chain is properly lubricated and doesn't have any tight spots or excessive wear. You'd be surprised how many bikes I see regularly with rusty chains and bone dry chains. Also, look for worn sprockets. You can use something called a Scott oiler to make sure your chain remains oiled, but it'll only work if you put oil in it. So make sure you keep oil in your Scott oiler and check that it is functioning correctly. Controls. Test all of your controls to ensure that your bike is road ready. Check your clutch, throttle and other controls. Sometimes even switches can become sticky over the winter and may need a little bit of contact cleaner. This is the time now to sort out any problems before you take your bike out on the road. How about your lights? Make sure that you can see others and others can see you by checking your lights. Make sure your headlight, both high beam and low beams, tail lights, brake lights, turn signals and flashes are all in good working order. Replace any bulbs that are burnt out, and maybe consider upgrading to LED bulbs, since these are more efficient and have a much greater life expectancy. Finally, how about your gear, your bike gear? Don't forget that it is really, really important. So check your helmet for cracks or any other signs of damage. Check your visor for scratches, your pin lock for scratches, and invest in new visors if it is scratched. Replace gloves and boots that have become worn, and very importantly and very often overlooked, check your emergency road kit and make sure that it is complete. Also, Check your Bluetooth connections for your headsets, sat navs, etc. Or if you've got Bluetooth connection to your bike, make sure it's functioning. Don't wait till you meet all your friends to go on a ride out and then sit messing around with your Bluetooth for half an hour because it's not working. So, don't let your first ride of the season be ruined because you haven't got the right gear. All in all, a little bit of work and organisation can save you an awful lot of hassle on the day, and make sure that your first and continuing rides are enjoyable without any problems as much as possible.
Get on your bikes and ride!
Thank you for watching, and as I said at the start, please do subscribe, comment, like and share. Take care till the next edition. Bye for now.